Jai Hind friends, we are now going to start our next module, differential calculus second. The topics covered under this module will be partial derivatives, total derivative, Euler's theorem, Taylor's and Maclaurin's theorems for a function of two variables, maxima and minima of functions of several variables, Lagrange method of multipliers, Jacobians, approximation and errors. Now we move towards our first topic, partial derivatives. Let z equal to f(x,y) be a function of two independent variables x and y. Till 10 plus 2 we have come across the functions of one variable, and in that level we usually represent y as a function of x. This time we are generalizing this concept to two variables x and y. Let z equal to f(x,y) be a function of two independent variables x and y. Then if we keep y constant and allow x to vary, then in that case this y will remain constant while x will be variable. So in this sense, this z can be treated as a function of single variable x. If I calculate derivative of z with respect to x, treating y as constant, then this is called partial derivative of z with respect to x. This partial derivative is denoted by this symbol del over del x with respect to z. Another symbols used for this partial derivative are del f over del x and f suffix x. If z is a function of x and y, then del z upon del x represents partial derivative. Del f upon del x again represents same partial derivative because this function f is occurring in right hand side. Sometimes we use suffix notation also, and in this notation we write a small suffix in f indicating the derivative with respect to a variable. Thus f(x) will represent partial derivative with respect to x. Similarly, if I find del z upon del y, then it will mean treat y as variable and x as constant and then differentiate z with respect to y. The derivative so obtained will be partial derivative of z with respect to y, which will be denoted by del z over del y. Similarly, the notation del f upon del y can also be used, and in suffix notation the derivative will be written as fy x comma y or simply fy. Now in terms of limits, this del z upon del x can be written as limit delta x approaching 0 f x plus delta x comma y minus f x y over delta x. Because this phi is kept fixed, therefore there is no variation in y remains as it is. So the derivative of z as a function of x from first principle, as we have learnt in 10 plus 2, will become f(x) plus delta x comma y minus f(x) comma y upon delta x and limit delta x approaching 0. Similarly, if I calculate del z upon del y, then in that case x will be treated as constant, and then this derivative del z upon del y will be given as f x comma y plus delta y minus f x y upon delta y, because this time we are differentiating with respect to y, so x will be treated as constant and therefore this x is unchanged here. only variation in y is considered. If z is a function of more than two variables, then in similar manner we can calculate partial derivatives when we shall be differentiating with respect to a variable. Remaining all variables will be treated as constant during partial differentiation. Now we move towards geometrical meaning of partial derivative. Suppose z equal to fxy is a function, and we want to understand this partial derivative del z upon del x calculated at a point m, where m has x naught y naught as its x and y values. This z equal to fxy represents a surface in space indicated here. This is a surface in space. At this surface, if I impose the condition y equal to y naught, then we know that y equal to y naught represents a plane which is parallel to xz plane, because y equal to constant is an equation of a plane parallel to xz plane. So y equal to y naught is a plane shown here by this red color. The intersection of the surface and plane is this curve shown in green color. This curve lies in the plane y equal to y naught, and it is also in the surface z equal to fxy. The point at which partial derivative is to be calculated is x naught y naught. The point corresponding to this point x naught y naught of xy plane is this point m on this curve shown by intersection of these two. If I draw tangent at this curve lying in this plane y equal to y naught, then slope of this tangent is given by this partial derivative del z over del x. If this tangent makes an angle alpha with positive direction of x axis, then this partial derivative will be tan alpha, that is slope of the tangent. Thus we have seen that if we calculate partial derivative of a function with respect to x, then it gives the slope of tangent from x direction. In a similar manner, we can understand the geometrical meaning of partial derivative del z upon del y. Now we move towards our application part, where we shall understand then how can we calculate the partial derivatives. To find the partial derivative, we differentiate as usual with respect to the variable. The only difference is that we treat remaining variables as constant. Thus, there is no specific rules for partial derivatives separately. We just differentiate as usual. If we are differentiating with respect to x, then remaining independent variables will be treated as constant and usual differentiation will be performed. Similarly, if we are differentiating with respect to y, then remaining variables will be treated as constant and usual differentiation will be done. All the rules which we have already studied in 10+2 during differentiation procedure will be applicable here also. So we need not to learn too much about differentiation. We take an example to understand. If f is xy is equal to x square minus 3xy plus x cube sin y, suppose f is this function. I want to calculate del f upon del x. When I shall calculate del f upon del x, then x is independent variable with respect to which we are differentiating. So remaining independent variables will be treated as constant. Thus this y will be treated as constant. Differentiation of this x square will give 2x. Differentiation of 3xy will give 3y. Differentiation of x cube sin y will give 3x square sin y, because sin y is constant. Therefore, this x cube when differentiated will provide 3x square. If I want to calculate del f upon del y, then this f will be differentiated with respect to y. When I shall differentiate this f with respect to y, then x will be treated as constant, and therefore differentiation of x square will be 0. Differentiation of minus 3xy will be minus 3x. Differentiation of this term with respect to y will be cos y, because x cube is constant, so taken outside, and in this manner del f upon del y becomes minus 3x plus x cube cos y. Now we can calculate higher order partial derivatives also, because if suppose z is a function of x and y, then del z upon del x and del z upon del y, in general both of these will be again functions of x and y. When this del z upon del x and del z upon del y are again functions of x and y, then we can differentiate these once again with respect to x or with respect to y. Thus, if I differentiate this del z upon del x with respect to x, then the second derivative or second partial derivative so obtained is written as del 2z over del x square. If I calculate derivative of this del z upon del x with respect to y, then it will be written as del 2z over del y del x. If I calculate derivative of del z upon del y with respect to x, then it will be del 2z over del x del y. Here we can note the difference and the sequence of derivatives. Here we are differentiating with respect to x first and then with respect to y. So, it is written as del 2z over del y del x. In this derivative, we are differentiating with respect to y, then with respect to x. So, it is written as del x del y. Sometimes this del 2z upon del x del y is also written as del 2f upon del x square, because z is a function of x and y. Similarly, del 2z upon del y del x is written as del 2f upon del y del x. Del 2z upon del x del y is written as del 2f upon del x del y. Suffix notation can also be used for representing partial derivatives. This del x square, because we are differentiating f with respect to x 2 times, so this is written as f x x. Similarly, del 2f upon del y del x is written as f y x, and del 2f upon del x del y is written as f x y. Similarly, even higher derivatives can be calculated and written. Now we understand a useful property. In previous slide, in this slide, we have seen that del 2z over del y del x and del 2z upon del x del y, these two partial derivatives are calculated in different manner. For this, we have differentiated with respect to x, then with respect to y. For next one, we have differentiated with respect to y and then with respect to x. Now, question arises that whether these two values will be equal or not, or under what conditions these values will be equal. To answer this question, we understand a property. If z equal to f x y is continuous function of x and y having continuous partial derivatives, in that case these two derivatives del 2z over del y del x and del 2z upon del x del y will always be equal. If z is continuous function of x and y having continuous partial derivative, then del 2z over del y del x is equal to del 2z upon del x del y. That is, in that case we don't need to bother about sequence of differentiation. Now, the condition mentioned here are satisfied for functions commonly occurring in front of us. So, these results will be used very frequently. So, for the functions which we shall face at our level, in that case this property will be used, because the conditions mentioned here will always be satisfied for functions occurring before us. Thus, we now need not to bother about the sequence of the partial differentiation, just we should differentiate with respect to those variables which are mentioned, and the result will remain same. Now, we take example to understand procedure of partial differentiation. Example says, if u equals to log of x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz, show that del u over del x plus del u over del y plus del u over del z equals to 3 upon x plus y plus z. U is given as a function of 3 independent variables x, y and z, and we would like to show that this expression del u over del x plus del u over del y plus del u over del z is 3 upon x plus y plus z. What I shall do? We shall first calculate del u upon del x from given u by partially differentiating u with respect to x. Then we shall write del u over del y, similarly del u upon del z, and adding all these partial derivatives we shall simplify, and we shall try to prove the result, which is 3 upon x plus y plus z. Let me start. Here u is given as our function log of x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz. Del u over del x will be derivative of this function with respect to x. Now, when we shall differentiate it with respect to x, all other independent variables will be treated as constant. So, y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz will remain constant, minus 3xyz will be variable, but this y cube plus z cube will remain constant. Differentiating it by using the formula of derivative of log x. Derivative of log x is 1 by x. Therefore, its derivative will be x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz in denominator, and this term x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz differentiated again. This x cube when differentiated will give 3x square. These two terms y cube and z cube will give 0, and minus 3xyz will give 3yz. Thus, the value of del u upon del x is calculated. Now, I am going to try calculate del u upon del y. If I calculate del u upon del y, this u will be differentiated partially with respect to y, and in this manner del u upon del y will be 3y square minus 3xz upon x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz, because when we shall differentiate with respect to y, x and z will be treated as constant. Also, del u upon del z will be 3z square minus 3xy upon x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz. Now, these three partial derivatives which were required are calculated. Now, we can calculate the expression occurring in left hand side, and therefore, I shall add these three. Del u over del x plus del u over del y plus del u over del z will give. When we will add these three partial derivatives, this denominator x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz, same. It is same in all the terms. So, this denominator will be common, or we can take it LCM, and the terms in numerator will be added. Thus, the value of this expression will be, this denominator is written once, and 3x square minus 3yz, 3y square minus 3xz, 3z square minus 3xy are combined to give this expression. Now, x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz can be written in factorized form like this. It is the formula for the factorization of x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz, x plus y plus z times x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx. These two terms, this factor and this factor, are exactly same, cancels out, and therefore I obtain this value del u over del x plus del u over del y plus del u over del z equal to 3 upon x plus y plus z. Let me sum up once again. This value of u was given. We were trying to prove this expression. First of all, I calculated del u upon del x, treating y and z constant, because during differentiation partially with respect to x, y and z will be constant. Similarly, del u upon del y and del u upon del z were calculated. Adding all these partial derivatives, I obtained this expression. This x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz was factorized using its identity. Some factors were considered out, and we reached to our required result. Now, we take one more example to understand partial differentiation. Example says, if z equals to e raised to the power ax plus by, f ax minus by, show that b del z over del x plus a del z over del y equals to 2abz. Before moving ahead, we first understand that what is this f ax minus by, or how to differentiate this f ax minus by. Here, f is a unknown function of x and y. In fact, f is a known function of ax minus by. In this case, it may be sine of ax minus by, it may be e raised to the power ax minus by, it may be ln ax minus by, or something else. Then how to differentiate this function f ax minus by? Whenever we shall differentiate this f ax minus by, what we will do? We first differentiate this function f. It will give f dash. Suppose I want to calculate del over del x of f ax minus by. Then what we will do? We shall first differentiate f with respect to x. Because f is not a known function, so its derivative will be written as f dash. We will simply write f dash, and the remaining terms will be differentiated as usual, and it will give del over del x of ax minus by, and this del over del x of ax minus by will give simply a, and it will be the value of f dash, it will be the value of derivative of f ax minus by with respect to x. what I have explained? I have explained that if we have an unknown function, then how to differentiate such a function? First, differentiate the function directly, write f dash only, and then the term occurring inside will be differentiated with respect to x or y, whatever is there. Now, after understanding this idea, we are ready to solve this problem. This is the value of z e raised to the power ax plus by f ax minus by. We wish to calculate, or we want to prove that this expression b del z over del x plus a del z over del y equals to twice abz. What I shall do? I shall first calculate del z over del x, then I shall multiply the result by b, so that the value of b del z over del x will be calculated. Then I shall calculate del z upon del y, del z over del y. The result will be multiplied by a, so that second term is calculated. The two equations so obtained will be added to give this value, and after simplification we shall try to prove it to be equal to twice of abz. This is our z. When I differentiate this expression with respect to x, I obtain del z over del x. Differentiating this expression with respect to x, I observe that it is the product of two functions. Whenever we differentiate product of two functions, we use product rule. So I write del over del x of first function, second as it is, plus del over del x of second function, first as it is, using product rule of differentiation. This e raised to the power ax plus by, when differentiated, gives e raised to the power ax plus by itself into derivative of ax plus by, because y will be constant, so its derivative will be a only. Second term f ax minus by remains unchanged. Similarly, this e raised to the power ax plus by is unchanged. Del over del x of f, differentiation of unknown function, so it will be f dash ax minus by, and this term ax minus by will be differentiated partially with respect to x. It will give only a, so the value of del z over del x will be like this. From this term I calculate b del z over del x, so I multiply this result by b. It becomes b del z over del x is equals to ab e raised to the power ax plus by f ax minus by plus ab e raised to the power ax plus by f dash ax minus by, and I call it as equation 2. The first term occurring here is calculated. Now we move towards second term, and for second term I am required to calculate del z over del y. Again product rule, derivative of first, second as it is, plus first as it is, derivative of second. This term when differentiated with respect to y will give b e raised to the power ax plus by, because during differentiation with respect to y, e raised to the power ax plus by will be as it is. Derivative of ax plus by will give simply b, because x will be treated as constant, so its derivative will be 0. In second term, when we are differentiating this unknown function f, f will be replaced by f dash, and this ax minus by differentiated with respect to y will give simply minus b. We shall multiply this result by a to calculate our second term. It becomes ab e raised to the power ax plus by f ax minus by minus ab e raised to the power ax plus by f dash ax minus by. I call it as equation 3. This was our equation 2, b del z over del x is equal to this. we were trying to prove that sum of these two is our right hand side. So this is equation 3, this is equation 2. To find the left hand side, I will add up these two terms, and so adding 2 and 3. Now when we will add these two equations, equation 2 and equation 3, what will happen? We observe that this term and this term, minus ab e raised to the power ax plus by f dash ax minus by, here plus ab e raised to the power ax plus by f dash ax minus by. These two terms are exactly same, but sign are opposite. So on addition, these two terms will cancel out. Remaining two terms are exactly same, ab e raised to the power ax plus by f ax minus by, and same term written here. Adding these two, this term will be twice. So I obtain this value. Now this term e raised to the power ax plus by f ax minus by, it was rz. So this can be replaced as z, and I get b del z over del x plus this should be a del z over del y, this is also a, is equal to twice abz, and which is our required result. Let me sum up once again. This z was given. We were trying to show that b del z over del x plus a del z over del y equal to twice abz. First I calculated del z over del x, multiplied by the result, by b. It was called equation 2. Then I calculated del z over del y and multiplied the result by a. It was called equation 3. Adding these two equations, we shall obtain the left hand side. After addition, these two terms were cancelled out, and adding, I obtained the value of b del z over del x plus a del z upon del y as twice abz, because this term was z, which is our required result. Thus, in this lecture, we have understood that what is partial differentiation. We have also seen that what is the geometrical meaning of partial derivative. We have also understand a property in which the sequence of partial derivatives or partial differentiation can be changed. Then we took some example to understand working procedures with partial derivative or partial differentiation. We are going to stop now. In next lecture, we shall start with total derivatives. Thank you.